Okay folks, so this is another video brought to you by First Floor, www.firstfloor.online. As you know, I've been working on this project with the Black Bandit Box. 12-volt DC CDI, and what I've done here, actually, like I said I would do, was upgrade the RPM gauge, the gauge that seems to work with this particular setup. I will have everything in the description. And here is the old RPM gauge. It didn't work for this particular setup, so just to keep in mind for anybody that decides that they want to go this route, I will list all the parts that are required to do this type of a build, and you can track your stuff. What I've also done is I've connected my meter. So right now, with the circuit just connected as it is, it's drawing way less than a volt, obviously 0.09 of a volt. So it's not using anything, but the circuit is in an idle position. The gauge is on. As you can see the LEDs that are on back there. So it's pulling, well, whatever it requires it's actually using. There's my external coil. Runs right up to the motor. This is a Chinese CAG 49cc with I got one of those pz19s, a Goofit carburetor. It's got the electronic choke. I will actually do a video about this choke, because the only thing good about this whole situation right now is that it's pretty warm. Right now it's June 3rd, 2022, and it's 21 degrees here in Canada. And yeah, I will speak about that choke after, but I do got a boost bottle on here. As you can see, there's the line right there, comes right up, and I got the boost bottle mounted vertically. This is the way that it needs to be mounted, folks, not horizontal. Just to keep the fuel from obviously pooling inside of here. We don't want it to pool. You need it to, it creates a pressure, there's a resistance inside of this line here. But it tends to get vapor down at the bottom there. I haven't seen this thing built with fuel yet, but anyway. So, like I said, I would set this thing up so that we could see what this motor is actually idling at, and what we can spin it to, or at least what we can rev it up to. So, here it is. Just got my meter set up to shut off automatically there, but yeah, so for the most part, stay tuned here, folks. We can just get this set up there. Mosquitoes are ridiculous. Anyway. There's the RPM gauge there. I think out of there. Let me try it again. Close to it. Still warming up, like a matter of fact. Probably shouldn't have pinned it so early, but yeah, so works good. not bad. So that's it, folks. Black Bandit Box, 12-volt DC CDI, RPM gauge if you want to set it up just like this. Obviously to cut it, there it is. Simple as that. You'd obviously have a switch on your ignition, but for the most part, there it is. This engine, bone stock, right there on the RPM gauge. True readings, 9,000 RPMs. It seemed to have choked right at around 9,000. It just kind of cut, as you heard. I don't know what that is. It could be possibly jetting. I do have jets coming for this carburetor, so when they do come, I will jet it up in the main jet and see if I can pull a little more RPMs out of it. But not bad for a 49cc keg. So for the guys that just are taking guesses and whatever they're giving you on their descriptions, obviously things will be different based on the expansion chamber. But on this bike, this thing right now with this basic setup, it will easily pull 9,000 RPMs. Easily. So there it is. Like I said, I will put up the description of everything that's used here. If you decide to pull this in Black Bandit Box, if you want this, you go to www.firstfloor.online. Email me over there, and I'll get back to you. I'll give it another pull for you just to make you guys happy. So let me reconnect the circuit. That's all I did. See, so it's open. Now the circuit is open. See, once I connect it inside here, the circuit is now idling. Yeah, it's idling now, so at this point everything's ready to go. So we'll give it another pull just let you guys see for yourself. I needed a little throttle, I guess, but here it is, folks. Let's go to the boost bottle. You want to take a look at the boost bottle? It's a very fine mist. Doesn't excess some fuel. Very fine mist coming out of there. Very hard to see. Pretty good. Well, that's it. So everything runs really well, folks, with this particular setup. If you're into the tinkering, like myself, I always take things right to the limit. So what we try to do here at First Floor is make sure that whatever theories we are talking about, we're testing them to the full extreme to make sure that whatever information we're giving out over here, it's the truth. So stay tuned, and I'll get more Black Bandit Box. Firstfloor.online.